4. You've never played Final Fantasy VI. If you get it cheap, you'll buy it. Final Fantasy VI never came out on the SNES in Germany. Really? You can only get it as an import. Well, Myst is I was talking about it before. I remember this game being the best out of all of them story-wise. And I don't even think it was very close. I think it was like the story and everything you do in this was just the best. Alright. Mithril knife. We're gonna have to buy that. He's got that equipped. Okay. Ooh. But I could buy a great sword for both of those, and he can use the mithril knife. Oh, but he can also use the mithril sword. Let's see. Use the mithril sword, okay. Okay, so we're good there. I don't need those other two machineries for Edgar. Best FF game was Shining Force 2, another game Jack said he'd play. I will play it, I guess. I mean, is it buyable on PC, or do I have to emulate it, Scarecrow? It was called Final Fantasy 3. Yes, it was Final Fantasy 3 in America. Yeah, because the first 3 never came out in the US. It's the first, so 1 came out in the US, 2 and 3 didn't. 4 came out in the US, but as 2. 5 didn't come out in the US. 6 came out in the US, but it was 3. So I'm assuming that's probably how it worked in European countries as well, like number-wise, kind of like what you're saying. It's from Genesis. You know, either remind me to look it up, or you look it up for me. The Switch has a Genesis. Give me one moment, guys. I had a knock on the door and not expecting it at all. Maybe I wonder who swatted him. No, I mean, if they swatted me, they wouldn't knock on the door, right? They would just come in, bang, 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 take me down. But what I was saying is, I'm pretty sure on the Switch, there's a cart that has like 30 or 40 of the best Genesis games. It might be on there. Do they have no knocks in your area? Yes, Kentucky is a no knock warrant state. If you remember the Breonna Taylor case in Louisville, that was a big issue. They had the wrong place. I guess technically they had the right place, but they had no business doing it. But yeah, the no-knock saved them from a lot of trouble. Alright, I can do 3 of these. Three of these. Yeah, remind me to look that up, Scarecrow, or like I said, if you had the time. I don't know what the card is called, but I just know that it Switch does have a cart for a bunch of Genesis games. I wonder if we're really come to war. Maybe I should return home now before it's too late. Dum 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 dum. Man, I'm so fast. city's eastern border, so attacking from there would. Oh, hey, what do you think you're doing? Barging in here when I'm trying to write a letter. So normally you wouldn't know this spot. Because I've played the game before, I do know this spot. Studded bracelet that radiates a mysterious power boosts the wearer's strength. Because he attacks. He's great at it. And these Hermes sandals cast haste automatically on the wearer. I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring off stream. I recorded some of it. Others I didn't quite record. So I kind of just got on and farmed ruins to level up. Didn't record that, right? But I found some really good stuff for my character. And an old clock, it's not ticking, so that's where it kind of stops you. Got a samurai blade. I think it's called like the moon blade or something like that. That scales with intellect, and because my intellect is so high, it actually is a pretty awesome weapon. Cling, cling, cling. I'm in Magitek armor. My dad's super important, so important people come here for dinner all the time. Even General Lee. Forget what I said. This guy's a bad person that lives here. You think Twitch did the Epic Games scam to pay for Madden NFL 22? What do you mean? I think Madden NFL 22 was kind of given out everywhere, right? Wouldn't just Twitch. Like I saw that in a handful of other opportunities. The big house at the north end of town belongs to the richest family here, and they are also, that's where we were, they're the creepiest family. Town's defenses are tight. Even with their Magitek armor, the Imperials won't find it easy to get inside here. But they do. They will. Trust me. My husband, Duncan, is a martial artist. He's famous even in Figaro to the north. He took his students to Mount Cults for meditation and training, so he probably won't be back for a while. So I know what I'm supposed to be doing here. I'm just kind of looking around. This game, this was back in time where you didn't get quests. You didn't have a quest log. You didn't really know what you were supposed to be doing. You just kind of had to figure it out as you go. I don't like strangers. Bring me some cider and maybe I'll talk to you. So this was the part of the game that a lot of people had a lot of trouble with. So you need to bring him cider, but there's only one place you can bring cider. And the guy that you have to like beat another guy to it, and he's really, really quick. So if you get the sprint shoes, you can somewhat beat him. You can gain all kinds of abilities while equipping relics. These shoes double my walking speed. Watch this. Idiot. Hey, Dragonfire. We don't need to know about relics. I just taught you all about relics. The Shining Force, Shining Force 2, and Shining Force in the Darkness are on the Sega Genesis Classic game for Switch. You know, I've always thought about getting that anyway, Scarecrow, just because, I mean, I played a lot of Sega when I was younger. So if I get it, I'll at least stream some of it I'll play some of it on stream. And if it catches me, I'll play a lot of it, right? Reviving Mars was already free because as far as I know, you don't get a code. You can't get it a second time if you've already claimed it. I'm sure they pay Epic for the amount of games claimed on Twitch. No. If it's done the same way that it normally is, nobody gets paid at all for how many times it's claimed. Amazon pays, will do basically a lump sum to the company that owns the game. And that's just kind of it. That's how they get their money. That's how Epic also does theirs. All the games that are free on Epic, they pay those companies a lump sum just off the bat. So out of my way, I've got to get this Skyder over to the old timer. Because he'll have some jobs and I'll scram. So we now know that he's the one that takes the cider. But I think we've got to dress up. Because I can beat him. You beat him by taking this shortcut right here. Yeah. My work here is done. You're out of my way. Move. I think we have to, like, fight him and steal his clothes. It was already free on Epic. I mean, it was free on a lot of stuff at some point. Heck, I even think Xbox gave it away. But just remember, just because you got it on Epic doesn't mean other people got it on Epic. I mean, heck, there's people on Epic, people that refuse to make an Epic account because they, for some reason, think Epic is like the worst company in the world that is cheats. I don't know. I mean, some of the explanations I never understood. And they'll never do anything off Epic. So he does the same thing. Remember how we fight him. He should already be here, yeah. I don't know if we fight him or fight somebody else. Let me see if I can remember. Go, get out of my way. It wasn't a pawn shop. This is the first game they've given away that was already free on Epic. Well, then probably what they did was they just made a deal with Epic. Since Epic already had the rights to give it away. But my guess is they probably had to negotiate some contract. Okay. Who do I fight? Or do I not do that in this? Do I do that the second time we're here? I'm just gonna say we do that the second time we're here. Maybe. Ugh. I don't want to get stuck. I don't want to go all the way to that castle and it not work out. They might not have the ability to, right? Like, can you buy that game through Amazon? My humble choice. I mean, I pay for it. I don't really redeem the games because I don't really need them. Most of them I already own. Alright. That must be later on in the game that I do that. I was thinking I'd do that now. So let's head north. I'm either gonna regret this decision or be the smartest one I've done. Alright, up there is Duncan's place. I guess let's go ahead and go to that. I thought that was a lot farther north than I remember. What's that smell? These flowers. He always liked these flowers. Rest for a bit? Not yet. Not yet. Do I need to rest? I do. Then let's rest for a bit. Wow. Don't use a joystick to motion through controls. These dishes are just like the ones he always used. This tea, it was his favorite. But whose favorite? Who's he talking about? Could the bean be living here? Dragonfire, you still at work or are you heading home? Hey, did you happen to know where I could find the man who lives here? Sure do. Left a couple days ago. As soon as he heard about Master Duncan had been killed, headed up into the mountains. They say Duncan's son Vargas is missing too. I don't like it one bit. Alright, so there's something I'm curious on how they handle. Sabine, he has a special thing where he attacks you with like blitz arts or something. I think it might be what it's called. But to do them, you have to do like inputs into the controller. And the only way to learn the input that you needed to defeat this boss was through the guide, like the instruction manual that came with the game. I wonder how they'll handle that. Ooh. I might need to level up a couple levels because these guys are tough. You're home, you're driving home, fun, yeah. And be safe doing that. They need to level up quick. A main gotch. What was that? A short dagger that sometimes parries enemy attacks. Well, hot damn. I could have got by without buying his sword. Preemptive strike means we get a tackle them before. Oh no, they killed him. I'm gonna kill one of them before we start rezzing him. Damn it. Need him to level. Damn it. Alright. I think I'm gonna have to go back and buy some items. Item shop was what, up here? We're gonna need eye drops, poison. Oh, yeah, I think there is some stuff that does petrify, but not much. Alright, we need to sell a few things. Alright. Res him. And then go fight a little bit, I guess, outside. Level up a couple times. So yeah, I've been playing, like I said, Elden Ring. Have not done any story. Main story. I did turn in a couple side quests that ended up, I didn't realize it would like kill some of the characters. That was a little bit of a disappointing. I'll have to, when I beat the game, I will look up like best ways to, like, how to get certain endings and stuff like that. And I'll replay it again like that. I think usually the second and third time around are my favorite for Dark Souls games, so I'm hoping Elden Ring will be the same way. I think I'm gonna play either gonna play a paladin or a two-handed strength character. I initially wanted to play a paladin because you could buff your things you summon but they're not as powerful as I thought they would be. And the really good ones cost a lot of mana to cast, and I don't know if you could get that, like if it's worth it on a paladin to have that many. So we might go with like it's just straight heavy, high endurance, high strength, two-handed weapon character. You can actually go up here and rest here for free. I think that's kind of what I'm looking for the next go around of Elden Ring. But I'm really liking my character and the one I'm playing. Oh, here's a good story. Dragonfire, you might really enjoy this. So obviously I don't make enough as a streamer for it to really matter. For like tax purposes. But I went and did my taxes this morning. And the guy that does them for me was, you know, he was helping me, what do I need to write off, and because I had worked from home pretty much the entire year, we were writing off a bunch of stuff working from home. And then I told him, like I showed him the tax papers for the stream, what I've earned last year streaming, and he started looking up like what I could write off from that. And as I said, it doesn't matter. I didn't make enough money for it to matter, but he still wanted to write them off. Because he said, just in case you ever actually start making decent money, it's something you're going to want to have things for. But here's some of the things that he wrote off. So we wrote off internet because of streaming and working from home. He wrote off my subscriptions to gaming services. It's not like I'm getting this money back, right? I don't make enough streaming that I would get it back. But he wrote off subscription services to PlayStation Plus, Xbox Game Pass, Xbox Gold, Nintendo Online, Ubisoft. He wrote off, what else had he written off? There's some really strange things. Oh yeah, everything that I bought for streaming last year, including both computers, he wrote off. He wrote off the camera that I bought, the better camera that I bought. This mic. Games, any game that I had purchased that I had a full receipt for, he wrote those off. But you had to stream them, so any game that you actually streamed, you could write off. And I think it ended up being multiple thousands. I don't want to give like the actual thing of what he wrote off, but it was a lot of money. But like I said, I didn't make any money to actually balance it, so it's not like I'm getting that money back. You could make $1,000 off Twitch, right? And say you wrote off $50,000 worth of expenses. Doesn't mean you're getting what, $48,000 back. It just means you can't be taxed on those. So no, none of that mattered at all. when it came to what I did, because I'm not getting taxed on what I made income wise on Twitch. I didn't make enough, right? It was really amazing how much money you could write off